Hello and namaste everyone. Warm welcome to this Women's International Day session. Our topic today is block your blocks, let your light shine. We have blocks in many forms, and there are more than the blocks, there are innumerable ways with which we can let our light shine. So we will be working on that process, twofold process today. Before we start, let's center ourselves, so I request everyone to sit nice and straight, hands on our laps, eyes gently closed. Take a deep breath in. And as you breathe out, visualize number 3 coming into your mind's eye 3 times, like it is flashing. Take a deep breath in again. And visualize number 2 flashing in your mind's eye. And feel the relaxation going in your entire body. One more, take a deep breath in again. And as you breathe out, visualize number 1 flashing in your mind's eye, and you all are now fully ready to dive deep into the Neurographica session. Smile and open your eyes and let's start. So I have these few sheets of paper with me. So before we start anything else, I'll talk about what Neurographica is, and I will make you all practice neurolines, which are the basis for doing Neurographica drawings. Neurolines resemble brainwave pattern. So we will be working on that. So please take your marker and you can start. You can put your paper in whichever direction you want. Please remember, though it's a form of art, it has nothing to do with the expertise in art. We are working with our brain waves, our subconscious mind. So it is a non-invasive brain surgery, and we can really dive deep into our subconscious mind with Neurographica. So please start. For the neurolines, like if you are drawing a straight line, it is like just going on and on. It goes on. You are drawing a wavy line. It's like repetition of the patterns. But neuroline is different. You have to feel a little bit of resistance in your hands when you draw. This is like the brain waves. Do you feel like sometimes you're thinking something and all of a sudden you start thinking something else? Like our brain works at the same second, like in a split second, it can think about so many different things. This is how our brain waves work. They keep changing at every turn. So please practice drawing these brain waves. This is important. This is a session in which you need to actually work on you. This is not like a visual art form in which we can like watch someone doing. If you need to bring a change in you, we need to be fully engrossed with the process and work on ourselves. So I'm into teaching art since 14 years, and I started teaching Neurographica since last year when I graduated as a Neurographica instructor from the Psychology of Creativity Institute. This method is founded by a Russian scientist, Pavel Piskarev, and it is pretty new. So it works on our psychology at a much deeper level to create changes in our subconscious mind. We all know that the thoughts are the seeds for everything, anything, like our state of mind changes as our thoughts changes. So how nice if we can have something in our hand with which we can always keep our thoughts in check. With the thoughts, our emotions, the sensations in the body, the vision, and all that in check to create the changes. Okay, so you might have seen that in some parts, the lines intersect. These are the points where the neurons come together. So at these points, like there is, as Dr. Joe Dispenza says, neurons that wire together, fire together. So these are the points, we call them conjoining or rounding. You will make a smooth curve and fill it up like this. So they will resemble like brain wave, the neurons like that. Okay, please practice. For conjoining, you will not make a circle like this and then fill it up. This is not a correct way. We have posted two separate videos for deeper understanding just to explain the process of neurolines and conjoining. But to start with, I see some of you are very new to Neurographica and you are joining for the first time. So please practice conjoining. And each time when you are doing, keep your awareness fully on the tip of the marker. So these conjoins, you have to make them very, very smooth. So please practice few and then we are ready to start. So is this process clear for everyone? You can send a thumbs up or you need like a minute or two to practice a little bit. You can type it in the chat if you need little more time to become comfortable with drawing neurolines and conjoining, or is it okay? Okay, so I think this is good. So shall we move on to our actual drawing? Okay. Okay. So now take your another sheet of paper and we need to do a little bit of journaling, identifying our blocks so that we can work on it. Like I had practiced this drawing before and I have my own list like I had created it when I was practicing for the session. So let's start. So you can give a heading. You can draw a line in between. And just give the heading, block your blocks. And the purpose of our session today, let your light shine. Just take a moment to think what is stopping you from doing what you wish to do. Like in my age group women, like if I say like I'm in mid 40s, 46 years old. So we were at a stage where like I can say that we are the last generation who are brought up with the mindset that we respect our parents, listen to our parents, and nowadays, like our children, they do not have that same thing for us as parents as we have for our parents. So, do you feel that if you are in that similar age group, has it is it blocking you from achieving something what you wish to do? Do you have some kind of frustration in your mind, or do you feel like you don't want to do something because someone else will judge you? Do you feel always like you want to procrastinate things because if you will do it, you just don't want to do it because doing something is becoming uncomfortable? And I see that so many of you, like you have joined today, it's a beautiful thing. 35 of us, like we are ready to block our blocks and let our light shine. So that is the first step towards taking. First step is recognizing that we have something which is blocking us from achieving what we want. So that is a beautiful thing. Neurographica is an art form in which you don't have to tell anyone anything. Whatever you are going to do, it stays with you. Sometimes, like we have some secrets which weigh us down. We don't want anyone to know about some part of us to anyone. Is that secret a block for you? Please take time today to take it out because no one will know. You don't have to tell anyone anything, and you are just tapping into your subconscious mind and clearing it off. Like it is doing a deep cleaning. We clean our house every day, but like weekly we clean our house, but sometimes like during spring or Diwali we do a very deep clean of the house. So think that today you are deep cleaning your subconscious mind. You are taking that opportunity. Please identify the blocks. Something it would be there in your thoughts, it would be, you only know what your blocks are. Please take time today to write it down. And if you don't want anyone else to see, you can tear this paper, throw it away. The drawing, no one will know. You will know from the drawing what you have worked on. No one will be able to identify. So this is your opportunity today to block out all the blocks. It could be anything. So I'm just identifying them for to help you to see something. So whatever is triggering you, you can write it down or just bring it in front of your mind from your subconscious mind. In main categories, fear of judgment. Do you feel if you will do something, then others will judge you? Have you experienced that? Have you experienced judgment kind of thing from someone else when you have done something? Like, to a very simple thing is, suppose if our body physique is not the ideal model types, and you want to wear something but you don't want to wear because others will judge you that how is she looking, that clothes doesn't look good on you. This is a very simple example I am giving you from. It's a very, very simple thing, but there are many things which are within us. You don't want to say something to your relative, to your partner, to your in-laws, to your parents, because if you will speak out, they will judge you. This is going another level. Third level is you don't want to do something for you because you are judging yourself that if I will do this, then how will I be seen like that? Others don't have, it has nothing to do with others. So see, there are three levels like that. The judgment, like this is one example I have given you for fear of judgment. Same way, fear of loss. So these are the main categories of blocks. Take time, bring those thoughts in your mind. Fear of loss is a very big fear. We don't want to tell something to someone because we feel like they might disown you, they might stop talking to you. Or if you will say something, then it is like things go away from your hand. It's a very, very big fear. It's a very big block. Fear of unknown. This even I have experienced many times when I was working with the Neurographica drawings, fear of unknown. I don't know what my mind will throw at me. And I was at a stage in my graduate for my journey to be an instructor where I stopped doing Neurographica because it was completely shifting me out of my comfort zone, because it is fear of unknown. It's a very, very big block. Fear of acceptance. You fear that if you will not behave in a certain way, then you will not be accepted. Unconsciously, we might be passing on that fear to our children. We train them like, you need to speak like this, like that. General things are okay, like general manners and all. But sometimes some parents go into like very deeply, like they just control their children like robots, because they feel that they will not be then accepted. And whatever blocks we are having, unconsciously, we are passing on to our children. For me, working on Neurographica was the thing, because I started realizing I was emulating the traits which my mother did for me, I was doing for my children. And then I realized that is not correct, that is completely wrong. I need to work on myself. So unconsciously, this is how it becomes. What we accept, the blocks, we pass it on to our children. So if not for you, for our children, we can work on our inner self so that we are in a better state of mind. Fear of responsibility. We don't want to do something good because it will give you more responsibilities. And it's a very big thing. Like, if you have some power, then you have the responsibility. Like that Spider-Man dialogue, great power give you great responsibilities. So maybe you have the power, but you don't want to take the responsibility. The reason being, it will shift you out of your comfort zone. So procrastination happens because of that. Fear of expression. We don't express. There are good ways to, so all these blocks like fear of expression and all, I know sometimes we don't want to speak those things because the words matter. As the thoughts matter, then the words matter. But all these things like these blocks, we have to find out a way in which we are transmuting them in a healthy way. So Neurographica is a tool like with which we can do that. If we keep these blocks within us, at one point, like even a simple example I can give you is of an idli batter. Like if it is too much of batter in a big box, due to fermentation, the box will explode. But if it has space, it doesn't. So we all need space for that fermentation to happen. But sometimes like we just explode out for something which is due to many, many factors behind it. So that's the way, like these blocks, like when they don't have enough space to process, they are not processed in a good way, you will explode. And when we explode, the biggest hurt it is doing us is to us, because when we explode, then we become angry, and after anger comes guilt, and these two again weigh us down. So this go in a cycle. So there is a good way to process our blocks, like whatever the frustration, anger, and all these, like anger, frustration result from all these things. So please take a moment, whatever the thoughts are coming in your mind, like I know so many thoughts come to our mind when we start putting these things, let them come on the surface of your mind. We will process them. Okay. So these are the things. So let's do the step for this, like to process them out. And so take your another piece of your fair piece of drawing paper. So we are working on our blocks now. Please bring to your mind as many blocks as you have, even if you don't want to write, bring them to the surface of your mind. And on your rough paper, for practice, if you want to do, we are going to do a term called catharsis, wherein जब बहुत ज्यादा गुस्सा आता है, like when we are extremely angry, we want to like just slap left, right, center, and we just want to like, we are very very angry, like the anger is so much that it's like it will, the mind will explode, like सिर फट जाएगा, उतना टाइप का वो एंगर आता है कभी कभी. So what you have to do is, I'm just showing you here. If you want, you can do like, you will draw a circle at the bottom of your paper, and all the blocks which you have felt in all these years, whatever these thoughts have come to your mind, just bring them all to your surface of your mind and put it on the paper. Sure, you will feel relieved after doing this step. So please draw a circle at the bottom of your paper. You don't have to tell anyone anything. Bring out all those blocks, frustration on the top of your mind, and throw it on the paper in this circle.
So when you say throwing, we're just scribbling whatever, however we want to scribble.
Yes, yes.
Asmita, is this still on the rough paper or are you doing it on the
I have done it on the
actual?
fair.
No,
Fair.
on the
Okay.
rough paper on the side. I haven't taken a fresh sheet of paper yet.
So you can do it on the fresh sheet of paper now. But before you do that, bring out all those emotions, frustrations to the surface of your mind, and then do it. Just release that thing. And have a sip of water after this. It is needed. Okay. For me, it was so much that my pen, the tip has gone off. So I'm taking another pen. Now we need to process this outburst. So we will be drawing the neurolines over our catharsis and melting it out. So just extend like these lines, whichever you have drawn on that catharsis is the term we use. Draw these neurolines, short neurolines, which we had practiced. Neurographica is a very beautiful self-coaching tool in which you can coach yourself at many levels. This is not only for taking out your limitations, but even working for manifestation. So just draw the neurolines. We have to block these blocks fully from our mind. So whatever those memories, I know this is like a very big work and we can't do everything in one go. So whatever, at least some things we are clearing today. And now what these corners are forming, please conjoin them. if you are in my age group, you would have certainly experienced the blocks which I have experienced, like you need to listen to your parents, to your children, to your husband, always keep compromising, and so many things.
You know, my scribble is so knitted together, so close together. I'm not going to be able to draw those neural lines like that. Shall I
Yes.
just pick a few?
What I would suggest, take another paper and draw one more time and throw that paper into the bin.
Oh, because I've got them so much concentrated.
Yes, yes, it happens because there is so much of anger, frustration built up in us. So we can do that. So we are just processing those emotions. Conjoining is the way in which we harmonize those emotions. You can definitely do this exercise again, like what you are learning. And if you want to like work on many other things, like if you feel like after the session that you want to work little bit more deeper on yourself, then basic user course in Neurographica is a good thing to do so that you know the tools correctly, the know-how of the method. And this algorithm, like if you feel like, yes, you want to work again, this model, please feel free to do. And even the simple exercise of doing the catharsis and rounding it off after drawing the neurolines will start making your mind in a balanced state. Like we can even do, I sometimes do if you're feeling a creative block or anything, you just draw circles on the paper, you will see that it will harmonize your emotions at a much deeper level. I'll be soon posting a video on the circles and you all can then make use of it. So this one, after you will do the conjoining, the rounding, so you have scratched open some deep part, some wound. So conjoining, rounding is like putting that healing tape on the wound. It is like putting a band-aid on the scratch, what you have done. Any Neurographica drawing which has the process of catharsis in it, we never ever leave it without rounding, because then it can have adverse health effects on us because we are scratching some deep surface. So all these like this, there are some safety precautions to be followed, and all these things we have to follow.
Sorry, I just missed that. Did you say when you join, you don't leave it in a square shape, you round it off? Did you say?
Yes, yes. So you remember this thing we had practiced? This is the part we have to do.
Yes, yeah. So those
conjoin.
are not round. So you're now rounding them because mine are
Yes,
more like a
yeah.
parallelogram.
Yeah, just round the corners, round the intersections wherever they are forming. So this will now look like the bud of a flower. You can extend the neurolines in between and see like this. It will just resemble It's not talking on purpose because you need time to process these emotions. I hope you all have done that. If you have done the conjoining, I request you all these blocks which we are having, now we have put them into their place. Give one more circle around it. It is like an impenetrable wall. Whatever those blocks, those thoughts which have come, they will never ever bother you. At least those thoughts which has come to the surface of your mind while doing this, they are not going to bother you. You might not feel that change, but it does happen. I have seen in my drawings, like I had worked on many things for the manifestation and all. Certain things like I forgot about them, but I had created that space in my mind. So those things are happening now. So now suppose if you have done with the blocking of your blocks, now is the best part, a beautiful part, which we are now going to work on. So we have put our blocks for today into something we are never ever going to bother you. So think now that you have no restriction and you can do whatever you like. What will you do? How will you shine your light? You are allowed to do everything. You are allowed to travel, sleep, do whatever, play, have fun, watch movies or whatever. Like basically, you are allowed to work, to do whatever you wish. You have no responsibilities, like you are not bound by family, you are not bound by yourself. You have no self-inflicting thoughts which are like always pushing you down, like I'm like this, I'm like that, I can't do this, I can't do that. If there is no can't for you, how will you let your light shine? In which ways would you let your light shine? List down, and I want this list to go on and on and on. So please write down in which ways you can let your light shine. Maybe you can conduct suppose if you are a professional, and then you can conduct many workshops, like whatever your subject is. If you are a tutor, you have like you can let your light shine by making the best use of your time for tutoring the students in such a way that they score extremely good marks. You are a creative person in the creative field like me, so then you can let your light shine by doing extra beautiful artworks which make everyone feel joyful, happy. So there are so many ways in which you can let your light shine. So please start thinking, what would you do if you have everything to do what you want? So these are the ways with which you can let your light shine. So please list down many things which you can do, like making, for me, it would be the first thing is making deep friendship with myself. So whatever is happening in me, I will accept myself as my best friend, and I will share all my secrets with myself, and I will process them. So like making deep friendship with myself, it starts with the self. Everything starts with the self. So do that. And yes, if you like this session we have, if someone is very new here, we had a session on Valentine's Day of Neurotree of Self-Love. If you would want to do that drawing, we would soon upload it. Like maybe then you can even try that. So I can let my light shine by being more kind to myself and others. So the reason I'm emphasizing on self is most of the times we do not speak kind words to us. Then it is our closest family members. We are very kind to outsiders, but we are not that kind to us and then to our children or partner. Others, we are very kind. So, how can you let your light shine? You have to shine from within. So, those kind words which you speak to others, like you have to speak to yourself also. And when you start speaking those kind words to yourself, they will form a part of you and everything will reflect from you for everyone. So we have to start everything. Like I can let my light shine by being more creative. Creativity doesn't mean that you have to just do art and all that. Creativity is even in serving food. Like if you just place like a banana and two blueberries on top, they will make like a Mickey Mouse. So creativity doesn't take much time if you have small children or grandchildren. So just, it's a very simple thing. Like by being more creative, you can let your light shine, being more grateful, taking good care of your physical body, making deep connections with friends. Like maybe like you can decide like, okay, you can let your light shine by calling once in a month some old friend whom you haven't been in touch with. So many different ways. Please be creative here and write down a list. I have my list already written in front of me. So I don't want to write and put my thoughts on your thoughts. Please take time to write down as many ways with which you can let your light shine. Writing is a very good exercise because it helps us to process our thoughts in a much, much better way. It brings clarity to our mind. All the blocks are always self-inflicted, and we want to be in that state of blocks. Maybe because if we will remove them, then we will have to work, like that fear of responsibility. So take up the responsibility to let your light shine. So please do that from today onwards. Like it's an International Women's Day tomorrow. We had this session today because tomorrow is Shivratri. So yeah. And maybe on this tomorrow you are in a new you form to let your light shine. It could be in a very small way as well. Like we don't have to do very, very big things. We can do small gestures, like small things also. We can radiate our positivity, our energy, our kindness, our good things. So it doesn't need like we don't have to like feed 1,000 people. We can, if we can just feed our children with love instead of with frustration. That is the way we are shining our light. So just a change in shift in our thought patterns, that is more than enough to let our light shine. So now think this was you with the blocks, and now this area, this part is like you are making a quantum leap into you, which can do what you want. So you have put all these blocks away in a beautiful seed form. They are gone away like they are like a flower. And now you can let your light shine by drawing the neurolines from here, and you will be affirming the thoughts, like you will speak it in present tense. Whatever you are going to speak, it will be in present tense. Like, I am deeply connected to my inner wisdom and make decisions with clarity and ease. I am deeply connected to my inner wisdom and make decisions with clarity and ease. I am deeply connected to my inner wisdom and make decisions with clarity and ease. I am radiating positivity and attract positive experiences and people into my life. These are the ways in present tense to let your light shine. I am radiating positivity and attract positive experiences and people into my life. I am a powerful creator, manifesting my desires with precision and intention. I am a powerful creator, manifesting my desires with precision and intention. I am overflowing with creativity, finding innermost solutions and ideas effortlessly. I am overflowing with creativity, finding innermost solutions and ideas effortlessly. I am in perfect health, energized in my body and mind. I am in perfect health, energized in my body and mind. I am in perfect health, energized in my body and mind. I am a magnet for abundance, welcoming wealth, prosperity, and success in all areas of my life. So these are like the basic affirmations which I do speak on a regular basis. And these are different ways with which you can let your light shine. Feel yourself in present tense. Like, as I'm doing these things, I have a deep desire, like I don't want to tell, but I can literally see that manifesting in it. You know, like you don't want to tell something until it happens. Yes, I don't want to tell, but as I'm doing this, it's like coming in my mind's eye what I want to do. So feel that emotion of uh, what you want to do, like it is happening for you in front of your eyes. Feel that excitement. And wherever these connections are forming, you can round them. So in Neurographica, we follow a perfect algorithm for all these things. So without like putting you under the things of that thing, I'm taking you all through that specific steps. So Neurographica is a language to work on our psyche. It's not like you can just do anything. You have to draw. Each line is drawn with intention. Each line represents your thoughts. Each line, each conjoining is you are working on yourself. So these are not just any meaningless drawings, they have deep, deep meaning in them. They might not look that attractive, but it is like a deep inner work you have done. Okay. Once you have done this, and if your light is shining like in abundance, everything is going like the way you want it, you are in the best of your health, mindset, emotion set, you are in the best of everything, then think who will benefit the most. So just bring to your mind those people, starting with you, who gets benefited the most, and bring into your vision loads and loads and loads of people benefiting, like an auditorium full of people benefiting when you are shining your light, like you are being a change, like a light of change for everyone. So you can bring those people, those everyone, when your light is shining, I'm bringing them into my consciousness by drawing a big curve here. So many people, this is like, because whatever we are doing, when we think that it will benefit at least two and or more people, the universe comes together to help us to let that thing happen. I have always felt like the help of the universe in doing my things, because recently, like we started doing like, okay, we need to put, because I am a person who was very averse from social media, but okay, to spread the work, now I have to start learning that. So many years, like all the students who have come to me are mostly through word of mouth and all that. So what is this? This is the universe coming to support us. Like yesterday, one of my friends said, like, okay, I'll forward your brochure to her locality. So that, what is this? This is universe coming together to help. So this is how, like, when we choose to let our light shine, the universe supports us in many, many ways. So this is like loads and loads of beings being benefited when your light is shining. So now if you see, look at the drawing, it will resemble as if this is a torch and the light rays are going and putting light on some big group of people. So even your beliefs, your limiting blocks, all those limiting things, they have turned into inspiration. Basically, you are inspiring everyone that no, nothing can block you. And when you inspire others with your action, we can inspire others only by working on ourselves. Like if we will tell our children, don't watch television, don't look at the mobile, don't use mobile. If we are doing, they will not listen. But yes, if we inspire them, without even telling anything, like if we are not watching television or mobiles and all, we are reading books, they will be inspired to pick up those books. So we can inspire everyone with our actions, with our thoughts. So everything starts from the thoughts. So now let's make our drawing beautiful, colorful by choosing the colors whichever you want. The colors do have meanings, but today, like, you choose what you wish, like you want to let your light shine in hues of, uh, maybe you are into a work of charity, raising lot of charity, you want your light to shine in pink, purple, that way, or you want to bring wisdom, knowledge to many people, you are into education, you want to let your light shine in yellow color or something like that. choose which color you wish to do. If not anything, then just follow the rainbow scheme. Rainbow color schemes are always, always good and pretty. They always look good. So these drawings, if you will see, Neurographica, any drawings you will see on the internet or anywhere, they are integrated, like everything is connected. So now I'm coloring my blocks in shades of pink. These blocks have helped me to be today what I am. They have given me a time to work on them. And understand my innermost desires. So there is a way with which we can like change everything for good. Coloring purple color in my blocks. I need divine help that these blocks never ever occur again. And if they recur, I need to let me become aware of them much sooner. So if you find like some thoughts are occurring, which are repetitive patterns, our mind learns by repetition. What will you feed to your mind? It will start believing that. Like if you will feed to your mind, you are the light, you have the ability to do everything. It will start believing that and bring those things together to make, to prove you right. Like, and if you think, okay, no, I'm always sick, I'm always tired, then your mind will start conjuring things with which you will start feeling that way more. In Neurographica, we don't color in blocks or anything. It's an integrative practice. I'm not coloring in this white ring because for me, this white ring is representing like a quantum leap sort of thing, like I'm doing a quantum jump. You can color in any way, whichever way you want to make it look beautiful, attractive. And you can keep affirming in your mind, I am deeply connected to my inner wisdom and make decisions with clarity and ease. I'm radiating positivity and attract positive experiences and people into my life. I am a powerful creator, manifesting my desires with precision and intention. I'm overflowing with creativity, finding innermost solutions and ideas effortlessly. I am in perfect health, energized in my body, mind, and spirit. I am a magnet for abundance, welcoming wealth, prosperity, success in all careers of my life. You feel like coloring each section different color? Please go ahead. In Neurographica drawings, we can't predict what it would be. It just happens on its own. To show you as an example, like when I started practicing, like this was the thing which we originally did. Like I was for the practice for the session, I was working like this way. Then I had thought in my mind, like today morning when I practiced, I did this. And now, like then when I was actually working in Bros, like I got this inspiration that loads and loads of people benefiting, like a big arc. So it's such a different process that it keeps changing, like your thoughts from moment to moment, the change happens. So we as women, like the more elevated, positive our thought forms we will keep, the better we will be, and the most happy people will be our family. If we are in a happy state of mind, our family is happy. That's the thing I can say. Like, okay, we don't bother anyone then. Only hurt people hurt others. Happy people never hurt others. It cannot be done in watercolors. The reason being, see, as a neuro art, we can do it in watercolors. That is different. But if you're doing the process of Neurographica, then we use pencil colors and markers. The reason being, they can create an easy impression on the paper, and it is a very easy way to make the change. So, as per the Neurographica guidelines, they follow these things. You can even use, suppose if you want, you can use watercolor pencils. Like these pencils are watercolor pencils because I find them soft, and then you can do it. But yes, and here this reminds me, like when in 2022, after the pandemic hit, like I started doing these free art sessions for in our groups here. Like I would just advertise because I felt like art is for everyone. It should not be just limited to few. And it started helping. So I was like looking into an inspiration to what can I do for the adults. Like I would try to conduct one free session every month on some topic or the other. So then I came across Neurographica drawings, and it was from a video, YouTube video. So that hit me and it touched me. That was done in watercolor. I didn't even know. And I'm really grateful, like as I'm doing this, I have so much of support from the groups here, like the people here. They are very kind, welcoming, and always encouraging me, always expressing their gratitude. That thank you, Asmita, for doing these sessions. You know, like that makes you feel happy and you feel so motivated. Like when anyone is expressing, like, okay, they are enjoying the sessions and all. I'm so, so blessed to be in such to be connected with such people here in UK. Like when we came here, we didn't know anyone. And I can say art is a blessing for me, with which now I know so many people. Like even when last year I got very sick, it was only art which kept me going. I wouldn't do anything other than my art sessions, and that healed me better. So that was the time when I was doing these Neurographica drawings, working for my diploma, and so many things. So anything which keeps you in a happy state, please keep doing that, whether it is walking or you love doing yoga or you love cooking. Whatever keeps you in a happy state of mind, do that more, because that is the way you can let your light shine more and more. So what makes us feel happy? We never feel tired of doing that. Art always energizes me. I love doing art. Uh, and I love sharing art. I feel like everyone get a touch of art. And that's the reason, like, I'm so blessed to be able to, with online, I'm able to share my love for art with so many people. So that is such a big blessing. So once you have colored, then in Neurographica drawings, we call one thing like field lines or the universal line of energy, or we say like the divine help. Okay, so it is like a divine help coming together to support us for what we are doing. So those are the field lines. So suppose if I'm showing you in this drawing, you see here like one thick line going through. So that is like in any Neurographica drawings, you see a thick line passing through. So that is the divine help. So you have done what you were able to do, and now you are seeking the help of the divine to take it forward, like to push you for doing what you are able to do. So for that, it could start from, like for me, how do you want, like I want today, I'm inclined to do this divine help line, the field line from bottom up. I want to rise from myself into the universal energy, like that. Sometimes I feel like I want to receive the help. I want to rise from within. So I'm drawing that neuroline. Field lines go from one end of the paper to other. Neurolines can be short lines as well. Okay, so if you have like a thick marker, you can even take that and neurograph it. So this is like surrendering to the divine energy. You know, sometimes like we feel like, okay, we have done everything, especially when someone is going through some sickness, there always comes a stage that, oh God, we have done all that we could, now you take over. So there is always that divine power. I have always felt that everything works as per the divine will. When we have the feelings of gratitude and surrender, nothing can stop us from achieving what we wish to. And please conjoin everything, whatever these corners occur. The next step is affixing. Affixing is one solution. We come to one conclusion. For me, for today, this affixing shape is this beautiful curve arc of loads and loads of beings being benefited when I am ready to let my light shine. Many times it is like universe is ready to give us, but we are not ready to receive. That was a very big revelation for me. That universe is ready to give you, but are you receptive? So whatever the corners occur, please conjoin them. A simple example for receptivity from the universe would be like, a very simple example would be, mm, suppose if you have been wishing to have um, an experience in a very beautiful fine dining restaurant you have been wishing to have, and you receive an invitation to go to that very place, and your health doesn't support you. So universe is ready to give you, but you are not receptive. So you can improve your health to be more supportive. So this is a simple example I could like think of. Like the universe is always ready to give us what we wish. Are we receptive? It is waiting for our light to shine. So this, we have completed our drawing. Please take few moments to reflect, and at the back of your paper, this is a very important step. At the back of your drawing, whichever you have done, always like write down the date. Today's date is 7/3/24. The topic, block your blocks, let your light shine. And please write down the thoughts which have come to you as you have worked on the drawing in various ways with which you can let your light shine and all. See, I write down every on each page. Whenever we do, please see, like I write down all the thoughts like which happen as a part of the drawing, because sometimes it will happen, uh, it has happened with me many times, like I would forget, our mind forgets, like, and when you look at your notes, then you remember, oh, this is what it was. So that can trigger you to do that thing. So please write down in which different ways, what inspiration you have received from today's session, at least 2 or 3 small ways in which you can let your light shine. Because when we are working on these drawings, the ideas keep coming into our mind. So please write down which ways you can, what can you do to let your light shine? How will the people feel benefited about it? Who will benefit the most? Like these are the cues I'm giving. So write down as a conclusion kind of thing for your work which you have done so beautifully. Please write down whatever thoughts which come to you when your light is shining, when you are doing your best, what is happening. Feel that thing in your mind, have that picture come in your mind's eye and write it down. Connect with those vision in emotion in your body. We feel like, suppose if we are seeing our old friend after many years, we feel so excited, we can feel it in each and every part of our body. Like that, feel that emotion, that when your light is shining, what is happening. Run that vision in your mind's eye and please write it down. Sometimes maybe what you are going to write down is going to help you. You can even take it as a vision board and keep reading. Okay, dear. I know you're Sugandha's daughter. You are in US, isn't it? Okay. So that was a beautiful session today. I hope you all felt the benefit of this session and it has inspired you in deep ways as it has inspired me. Thank you so much for joining.